All right, welcome to the Punchline podcast. It's the moment you've been waiting for. I know I've long promised hore Batswana Lawrence, why are you taking long? We need to come there. We need to come and sit with you and discuss issues. Mara, what we always say, and you take your time to try and articulate and curate things how you want them to be, because I respect that as my audience, and I want you to have the best quality going forward in a. So I'm happy today to announce we are having our maiden show, and today on the show, the Punchline, Kesitilwe, who is the CEO of the Gambling Authority. Here in the Punchline show, we easily and simply we discuss bread and butter issues. There's nothing really complex about that. Part of the conversation. So, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Yes.
And how has it been? Inviting me. No, it's been good. I cannot complain.
Missed phone call over. And I think now the time has finally arrived.
Yes.
What I wanted us to do, to start hella from the onset, Batswana, and basically just tell us who Imolimo is. I know you are a vibrant corporate leader who has ascended through your ranks to become the CEO of Gambling Authority, effectively December 2023, last year, and before you were acting, and you are a fellow chartered accountant, basically, and you have been a business executive with a history of over 15 years. And they say that I'm interested also in knowing how that came about. But before that, I know you have been Tekanelo Group and Leah. Please take me through your journey in short in your entrepreneurship life.
No, thank you very much, Lawrence. Like you rightfully said, I've total ascended or went up the ranks. I would say so quickly. Yes, I'll give a background to that. I'm married to a lady called Nasima, and I've got three girls. I've got 3 girls. Yes, I'm from Yabana. That is my home village, but I've done all my schooling mostly in Gaborone. I started off Kesitilwe Primary School. I did Kesitilwe Primary School, then moved to Maikano CJSS. Then I went to the Lobata Secondary School, where I was in the technical wing. Okay. So technical wing, in the past, what happened in our class, you'll find that there are those people who got merits and first classes at JC. That's how I landed in Lobata. Then I had a brief stint at UB because I'm a science student. Tried the Bachelor of Science, but I just realized this is not my thing.
Yes.
Then I had to, then my mother was working in Betway. I was staying with my father.
Blind and then I can see from your trajectory below change how to the sciencing, and then you go to accounts. But then tell me then what happens, how do you elevate, how do you move towards your career life? Because I know at some point you're a CFO. You're a CFO for Tekanelo Group, right?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to know a little bit more about that.
Yes. Let me just talk to it. Like I said earlier on before we went for the break, that I started with African Alliance. I was based in South Africa. I was hired as a management accountant. Went on to BSB. I was an accountant as well. Then I went to Leah. At Leah, that is where there was a turnaround in my career. Within a space of 3 years, I moved from a management accountant to a director. I was a management accountant, became finance manager, then became a director corporate services, where I was in charge of finance as well as your IT, your procurement, all the other shared services or the support services. Then I moved to Botswana, where I was the group CFO for Botswana. Also talk a bit about Botswana. I think you'll agree with me that I made Botswana fashionable. Yes, because when I got to Botswana, what I did, I helped in ensuring that we diversify. Yes, we had an emergency services company, Botswana Emergency Services.
Yes.
We had the Botswana occupational health services.
Yes.
That is one that do both pre and post employment. The Botswana occupational did some work for Botswana. Then we also diversified into a catering company, Botswana Catering Services. We did expand into Swaziland. Your Lesotho, I remember. Yes,
what was also interesting was that the business was run by young people.
Yes,
also at the time.
Yes.
What was the whole mantra? What were you guys?
Yeah, you know, as youth, we are not afraid to make mistakes. We are not afraid to enter the lion's den. We went into areas that one wouldn't think of going to other markets, as well as diversifying the portfolio from college and ensuring that we have all those other diversification. However, for us, it was also about the energy when you are running a business. Mampani, he had he carried a pen and a notebook. He never uses this iPad. So he'll call me at 12 midnight and say, "Hey, Papa, hey, I can't see him." We did. Do a lot of research in terms of business research. Attended some conferences. And we had a conference in a host. We had those from University of Singapore. It was a conference around emergency medicine.
Yes.
I'll just give you an example. One of the things that we wanted to do was for in a street, for every, could you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth house.
Yes.
Someone who understands first aid. You know how to just count from your house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Those are just some of the things that
life skills that we take for granted.
That would look into. You'll find that when you go to those private doctors, but how time BP you know it's always funny that targets and I go they all know me. So
but then after that you went to BSB. I want us to move quickly around this because why we call you Radikompo.
No, I get it from BSB. Then from Botswana I went to, I'm the formative CFO Ghana Gambling Authority. So Ghana CFO and Gambling Authority. So I had been a CFO for 7 years.
Yes.
Then I acted as a CEO for 14 months. Yes. So I was appointed in December, like you are saying. Yeah, Ghana is my father's nickname. Is the name that my grandmother. So the reason why I be my mother, no. Ragona change the tiro tat. Koreano Magamar, when already company here. But Nalagana is the name that Nalagana then. Why you don't know what the companies similar
yes.
But towards the end I started mailing like music companies have as my
nickname. That's the secret. In back in high school in the Raban Pizza nickname we could do me
it becomes an issue.
So Mr. Kesitilwe, tell me, getting into that, how has your family business background influenced your trajectory in entrepreneurship?
You know, Radikompo na Muhammad Solonga Botswana. But Alexa made. Can Motswana ntla ba mmidi o le bana obeso ke Motswana ntla go besa medical president. So Tota ke tsamaile bo Bray in South Africa. I've been to bo Skeins Drift. One of the places around there when it's hey, le gore toll gate ne do joya ne ke tsora la ke bile metsela ne ke tsana re tsa medika kwa a medi we dile we do dina moon
along the borderline. Yeah.
Along the border go South Africa. Ne ke tsama bo Thabazimbi ke tsama ka Mazda Drift wa ga even my brother la le mo vacationing ne re tsana into the family so ke motho na adira matselo a so la ke tsana ko when I was at BAC.
Yes.
Our polytechnic before onto that thing, it used to be a circular kind of right?
Yes.
You know, Murulay and the Mall. Never middle no so one of the daily class. Care Chagarno, mediocre or shot immediately like I was into the run type. Get on my gas out of it. Then later only night I went into business. Then I got business. I started buying the sweets, more it just global holding. Wow, I got the sweets, ke supply but babaliks and the sweets. Wow, I got again in packet. So then I get to again enterprise and again the component and I get on go dira lotsi where like accounting, guess it's dirisa mo in real life ke gona go tlhaloganya nna di khombira para di component na di khombitse gore ne di renkela go tlogeng so di tla di hita gona ha le angwa ya kgwetsa me asna PSV ya ba mo tsare le ngwana ke okay ngwana ke kana o rutegile tla nna le mathata wa bona ne ba tla ba mo tsara monna mogolo go tloga le kuya nnenyane PSV ga te ke go tloga le kuya mo tlogeng route 3.
So it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious because ever since I've seen you ascending towards the Gambling Authority CEO position, there's been quite a lot of activity and movement. So and I was trying to understand exactly what gives you the drive. What are your primary goals as a CEO, having understood how you came up to this position?
You know, it's quite interesting. Ghana Gambling Authority in 2016. I did a master's with the Manchester Metropolitan University, and I specialized more gambling. My thesis was gambling, and my supervisor Ghana there isn't much gambling. Botswana we can I'll use Kenya, South Africa for some to get some journals, some articles. So because I struggled when I was doing my master's with the information, I felt, you know what, let me grow this industry. Go the way we are set up as the Gambling Authority. Yeah. Normally, we did a Kamatswali 3, where we issue out licenses. After issuing out license, we ensure that there is compliance. That is element on enforcement. Then there is one important one. We have to promote responsible gambling. When I lay a difference between problem gambling and responsible gambling. When I can Peter wa gambler, go I stigmatize when I'm go pepper go. Go I read the go pepper. Get a example. A country like Georgia and Malta, more than 15%. Let me say, they contribute more than 15% to the GDP. About 15% of it. Malta and about yes. 500,000, half a million.
Jeez.
But Malta, they breathe gambling. That's how it's done. So, they push. And a good about when these licenses, Batswana apply. You know what? These are 10-year licenses.
Yes.
But these are lifetime licenses. We have always had casinos. And our public notice. Stigmatize a lot. And this is where the world is going. Look,
it's moving. It's not issue of education.
No, yeah, it's an issue of education.
Yes.
So we are doing a lot in terms of public education. You'll remember or before those requests for application. That document was 99.9 complete. Ugile wana ke motho a kwa tla dira tendara wa go kopisa go re ba re le kopisa re tla yang go re ba tsone re ke for free for a month before re tla re dira no, but me I would say I'm happy because what we did, we are very, very clear.
Yes.
so that we know gore tota hela gona le participation by Batswana. We stipulated a percentage. Hape we just thinking the way we have done it, Haile Lawrence bet at whatever country.
Yes.
Abata ipolla gore wa go tla a go vorba ya go just no gore really dividend policy gore dividends do duele within 3 years.
I want us to move back a bit so that our understanding is coherent. First and foremost, before we go to issues of what is being implemented and program with leading seats, I want to start issuing the relationship between gambling authority, motshameko Pepa le Batswana. Where do you misunderstand each other? Where do you understand each other, and what efforts are being there? What is the status on the ground?
Maybe I give some loyal.
It's a yes. I want to know. I want to learn as a layman.
Yes. Yeah, I Pepper is our tagline. We are basically saying fair play.
Yes.
Let's not stigmatize. Stigmatize.
Yes.
Kurus and I'm going to like why HIV with Lawrence I want to stigmatize already. And you want to come out. So this one, I'll tell you what with the Mozambique paper about the license types.
Yes.
About the pros and cons of gambling.
Yes.
So we have seen a number of people who exclude more gambling.
Yes.
Has grown. The number has grown. The revenues also have grown.
Exclude you.
Hey, what our gambler feel like? You come to us. We block you in all the casinos.
Oh,
you cannot access that.
Okay. How do people get at that? Is it an issue? Match.
Basically issue we do more or something. Or something. Look at casino training those employees. Behavior modi casino then there's that exclusion. Then the other thing that we recently did, self-help portal, you just press *228#.
Yes.
So this *228#, I don't give you Lawrence let's all I'm going I agree an investigation check out I'm making it. Happy when that *228#. You report illegal gambling. What you I say, I would say Batswana Rabaru, rates. Could have seen with this number, so Batswana to Tabareta, Karago, Sinzarnaba, Botswana, Kibata Udirase. I want to do a bingo license, Kibata Udirase, yeah.
Okay. So right now, I know the biggest Netlanike Grand Palmo, followed by Avani, followed by Moonlight, the Pico of Francis Town, and then there's another one in Pique, and one at the mines. I don't know which mines.
The one in Takan.
And whatnot. You know, I'll give an example. I know I have an addictive personality. When I do something, I do it with my own passion. So I've always said to guys, there are things that personally I won't start doing or experiment or even try. I got Grand Palm with some of my friends and they went in there to do that. I said, no, now stick to my drink. So I'm trying to say, maybe if you had to educate me, my fears, am I speaking from a level of ignorance of what gambling is, or it can be managed, or are you saying I'm better off not starting if I can?
Lawrence, I gamble about when I have no gamble. Let me do gamble. So I'll tell you one thing. I like giving you statistics.
Okay.
There is one site at Eurotech.bw. It's like
yeah.
You know, out of a survey
yes.
of 6 million people,
yes.
who are playing on a particular online.
Hey.
Online 6%.
Oh.
6%.
Yeah.
Go to 40% Brazil. Yeah. Canada. Number 4. Go to 6 million.
Hey.
Visit to that site. Botswana number 4. 6%.
Hey, hey.
So what is 6% of that 6 million? It's close to a quarter of our population. Like online.
Oh.
Wow, that is gambling. Yeah, no. Stigmatize casino.
Load.
I agree with you. Lense mpotsa re kae lotho. Le nna lense mpotsa re kae lotho. Ko re lotho me la ke casino gamble. You do these things online.
Okay.
But currently,
Betway, there was Betway.
Yes,
World Cup.
Hey, I didn't want to mention it.
Hey.
6 million, go to out of that 6 million, and it about people who visited that Betway site. And 6% of that 6 million, it's a quarter of our population. One more thing, when I go to Swedes, go to Swedes, go to when you do that, whatever, bet. Kore morana la beta ina gale bono gore la gamble la matata like a casino. Wa bona kana this stigma ke casino. But let me break this thing down for you. Okay. I'm enjoying this because I already thought. Let me break down this for you.
Yes.
In the world market, 50% of the world market, gambling is betting.
Okay.
50%. Then 14% of the world market, ke casino. You know, train about 9%.
Is that so?
Hey, that's the world over. So I'll tell you, 50% dollar. You know why? Online. The people are calling us. Wow, but what we did, license, I get the bidders conference or applicants conference. Whenever my name at always because you know if you don't license these things, we're exporting jobs.
Yes, of course.
Get out is a quarter of our population. We are 50 people per month, 50 people, of which is more.
Regulated.
You know how much we are losing? Roughly 200 million on a monthly. That's why the Game Authority by end of July the operators are betting kids.
Okay, that's interesting. Before I let's stigma link. So then now, what does it mean with the new trajectory and the new education? Actually will be participating in this. So now how are you working around turning around the stigma, especially the casino?
Yes.
Which is what I think, if I understand, in our society.
Yes, I talked about the research total on casino. We are 95%. Total they are doing it responsibly, but we're in good casino.
Okay.
5% are going to problem. They are showing characteristics are problem gambling. Another did a further study, risk factors of gambling. Why does Lawrence gamble?
Exactly.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. What have you discussed?
Yes. Why do you gamble? That 14% the casino. We go to realize that people go to casino for social reasons. More than how to it's not like us couldn't so don't forget. I don't think you know what? Busy, is my mother. My and those ones they do it by the other day. Some lady calls me. ke my mother wow man a re ke bone mosimane la o tswa sekoleng hela o tswa mahatseng hela ke engineer ke mone go casino Peter ya go le bulo ke motho ene bo tlo re go bua mang gore ene o go re ke tsa ke a bone gore ke botse percent ke a bone ene ga ba tantele sa lotela man ke tlo gore mela mene go le mo bloke wa tshwara ke ra wa ya bona re ba itse gore ba itse go mo ke ga rona a ke ga bona wa ba ni ga ona bo I'll give you an example no we are Moonlight casino let me give you the statistics I don't know really the Grand Palm Lava no we do really there Moonlight we do Moonlight ne tswa kae go station e ene go basta go GH we do ne go GH yes when you will think like a parame ba se ke tswa mo ya bana ke tsana mo GH ke go gambler no gambling ga sa rona ba na le rena madia gambling is for the rich. You know what is movies again Moonlight? You go Airport Junction. You know there's a casino at Airport Junction. Go to go to Salonique. There is a casino.
Where there was renovations.
Yes.
But since Moonlight.
Moonlight was the least performing casino. Highest transfer to Molo Airport Junction. Q&A Longoro is the highest in terms. Only the Lano Reputaro. Yes.
That's quite
interesting. I don't know you would say bail mo stationing. No, na kitsola muyaba. Ki poloka la basi ki kela go ki kela ntakena na ko ya. Wa ntshwara gra. So you ga se
and strategically positive for its customers.
Yes. Wa ntshwara gra.
So go gambola thana le.
Okay, tshwara le might.
You know there's another thing that I've always wondered maybe it also contributes to the stigma. And the lack of knowing. Is it not hore or maybe ignorance? I've never heard hela gona le motho la mo front page what he just won 300 million pula from the lotto and this and that and that.
Locally.
Maybe to motivate us. South Africa
kana skomota 1 million. Kana skomota ujuru ina madi mo bete. Kana win. Yeah.
Guy. Yeah.
We never do mo te.
But kana lead manager, lead cool boy.
No, Akaubuatata is an issue of education. I think you'll agree with me. We have seen a lot of traction. We've been making a lot of noise. Of
course.
Kesitilwe Batswana tota. Every year we cover 100 villages. Yeah, me like at some of the Facebook pages and it's this operators back. Well, I think last week Moonlight jackpot 130 win.
You win.
A win.
Oh,
no, they just
because I would have seen the story with the boys. Yes. Jackpot.
But don't forget or Kanamola Warona. We with gambling and the stigma. We don't want to be doing that. La advertising ya bone kana ra ya approve. Ko ra batho re khantele anu license ka go we are doing it responsibly. Ko ra limit le ona ka nse license and minister wa approve le how many. Re lebeletse ko batho re ka motse Peter ba tladitse lo tsa go ba re di dira in national stigma so we are doing it give like for betting licenses di 80 for the LPM di kana 1900 machine ko ra di limit do ba tsona ba simolse go la gore lo tswa ke di re kana bona chama hey lo tswa ke di re kana so when 100 ba le tsona bolela monno gore di tswa ke di re kana wa bona kra ba ra re lebelle gore ba tla ba di tsaya ba di tsaya re ska ra tsenya hala in full force at least mere
responsible gambling kana le ra gona go manage go blew it
ra gona go manage go
that program ke tiki ipotsa gore really what happens when a person atshutse madi a kaloka. But then tell me about issue their job creation now and empowerment because this is obviously part of government's programs. You are trying to implement it and get it assimilated in society responsibly though. But on the other side, then what are the benefits? I want to understand about issues of job creation and empowerment. What are your numbers saying?
Those two studies baseline we also did another study of socio-economic impacts.
Okay.
We have done that. Currently we have 7 casinos. They are employing 303. Botswana. 303 is huge.
Okay.
Scalabra kana akagelo wana na gelo gambling. Just so with this current licensing, because more license by end of July, there is announced for the betting for the limited payout machines. I'll talk to the limited pay machine. Yes. So for this licensing, so it's about bingo. We are going to do bingo rap. Bingo is basically a casino without tables. So this licensing, total the intention is to create 3,000 direct jobs. Direct. Don't forget, we need a security person.
Okay.
You need motor IT.
Okay.
For those, you need an accountant. You can
across the whole value chain.
Yes. Maintenance. Okay. So it's 3,000 jobs is quite a lot. How is a licensing? Bookmaker, bookmaker betting, betting shop. So we're looking at 3,000, and also don't forget, there will be contribution to the GDP. These people the value chain goes to what? To the pension industry. They pay tax. These companies are going to pay tax.
Of course.
They are going to pay levies. So it's quite huge.
I'm thinking in the aspect of, obviously someone will be listening about, okay, then how do I become a player in this industry? How do enterprise in this industry? Where do I start? I know you have rolled out a few programs, saying register and whatnot, but we are trying to look at issue unemployment, of obviously, which I think is part of your mandate to contribute in how it's getting addressed. How exactly would you educate youth on how to enter this space?
Yes. What we did, recently we did study SMS digital. I'll talk to that one.
Yes.
But like we're more the current.
Okay.
I agree. One person inboxed us the other day, our manare, and go on out lessons, stigmatized. But what I'm saying is all is not lost. You know, the model we are using is called a route. Route is like a wholesale.
Okay.
When it is big boys or whoever, then Motata decide. So all Lawrence make when baraki ko posanga machine la is baraga. You get my point. Obo rent. All is not lost. Hars now balance about Lawrence. Can only Motsana Otabala when you go Maluman can you mention pay out what I would do? And it's why we are saying we have empowered Batswana. I guess this is new, this machines are going to could our records Pelana Bonelli.
Yes.
One Sorakara, we Pirella, Peter Lawrence Baby, doing all over shift daily or 1 hour on that.
And then what's the machine?
What's the machine?
The machine remains property of.
Yes, of the route and a motor. One Sorakara. Rona. KYC are the wholesale one.
Yes.
But then the agreements, we have made them standard. Really, revenue sharing is 60-fold. I've seen
that Kadi jukebox. There was a guy on a jukebox. You know, most of the bars.
Yes, little snooker. So that's more or less. And you imagine now, a place. It will mean more traffic for you. So those
are the easiest ways of entering the market.
Yes, entering the market.
Yes.
Then the other one that we recently did, gambling. Here was SMS competition. But win a car, win a farm. Win a bull. Youth. There is a those on 3 months.
Previously it was unregulated.
No, it was regulated through Act. Any repeal from your gambling authority.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So recently we have developed a policy regarding case Section 5H of the Gambling Act.
So does that mean that you also oversee what's happening online on the digital spaces? Innocently motare iranyana keta otlawina airtime otlaire. What does it mean? Is it?
Yes. One other one. I get the Batswana, but there are these things. Why is it my birthday, Miss Agar?
Yeah.
But now what we have done, we have facilitated them. We have facilitated them. I think we this is licensed by Gambling Authority.
Yes.
It's some advice. So they call us or they do the star 228 hash. Because the star 228 hash is whether there's a mechanic or there's a smartphone, you are fine. You can actually. And the language was okay to be a lot of the language was Kalaka, Kalagadi,
Yes.
So more nearly facilitator. We told how a regulator. I always borrow from the Gambling Commissioner UK.
Yes.
You know what they do? How something they develop regulation or
They don't stop it.
They don't stop it. Yes.
Because
don't forget. Let me just maybe give a lesson. MOU Innovation Hub.
Yes.
We are building a lab.
Okay.
Lab where the game is Botswana. Course South Africa panda push up play, panda push up play. Let's say in this year we're also looking at indigenous games. Botswana. So nobody care to Meravarabom Horlurna Mahat Ahonore Horotola Pelo I'll tell you the limited pay admission is a model that started in Australia. Luru Nakabatana Lawrence celebrity, Mr. Lawrence Suki game me that is also part of what we do. Yes, we do monitor that. We are implementing a system. We do have the central electronic monitoring system. So system may connect everything. Once there's now a bit they can't access the Botswana market.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's so funny. You know when I told you what I've got 3 girls. It's so funny that my daughter Lantare, Kesitilwe Gambling Authority, Canada friends are always telling whether they are going to win or you should leave this. I want to win the lot. But you can't. My daughter, you can't.
I think it's era how Ricky says a lot of time. You and your lewa chair Rolex wearing so that stuff that you don't so but tell me Tota, we are talking about how gambling authorities promoting citizen empowerment and responsible gambling. I know you won an award in Kenya. Some sort. Tell me about it.
Yes, that award is called, I should have brought it, it's called Moana. So it's a lady with a child. Apparently Moana in Swahili means a responsible mother. This award, we won it because our program, Responsible Gambling, has been voted as the best in Africa.
Oh, nice.
All these public education campaigns. Yes, all this that we are doing is being even noticed outside our Botswana borders.
That's excellent.
Yes, you know, maybe I'll just to talk to that one. Also, one thing that I did when I took office, started acting, I made sure that the Gambling Authority, as the Gambling Authority, a state-owned enterprise, I made sure that Vision 2036, reset agenda, other national priorities, so I aligned. So issues about socio-economic issues, about UN sustainable goals. So I want to so that so like present in Kenya, I talked about this. As I talked to you, Nigerians want to sign an MOU with us.
Okay.
That big in betting those ones. That big. When I was betting, but on a program,
what will the MOU be entailing?
Yes, you know the MOU can all the systems so we can start sharing information. You know the other thing saying what about
yes.
Lagos has got 125 million people.
Jesus.
You know what I want to do? I want them to open for the Botswana companies
to play in that industry?
No, if you are licensed in Botswana, those 125 million can bet more revenue for the government.
That's quite
Then you can do a sharing model. They have the same model with Malta.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They have the same model with Malta. I've been to Nigeria twice this far. At least for them, I had invited them for the launch of the portal. Okay. So this is how they...
Yes.
You can imagine 125 million just in Lagos. Corona license, it is online.
Yeah, that's a
license. Residency license.
Yes.
So that is the model that it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't forget, I got gambling authority there. Export-led economy. What am I exporting? All the service. More money for government. Yeah, you can imagine.
So for now, how far are you with implementation, or what are you anticipating maybe in the next 6 months, 1 year with all these ideas?
Yes, by end of the year, financial year, like I said, 1st March, I should have issued out licenses for betting, which is happening end of July. Yes, they could have happened earlier. Yeah. Yes, like we've been chatting. I'm currently at London Business School. I'm doing senior executive development. So it's delayed because it could have been done early.
Yes.
But I realize this, you have to be here and make sure the license. It's just not that I don't trust my team. You know, it's something that I even wanted to postpone my training. I'll go because so it'll be end of July. End of August, it will build the limited payout machine. Yes. Then from there, bingo. Yes, and Batswana bara samba bara di casino ko bophala.
Yes.
The other things you know about the direct or the CMS system is connected. Then one key thing that we are doing this year, we are developing the horse races industry.
Okay.
Yes, it's in our strategy.
Betting for the horse race.
No, I get betting when I would like license betting. Can I betting? Betting better because no guru penega wata per safari bond.
Yes.
Over but our betting blog. Okay, I will wata ya per. Guru does bet. You can bet. You can bet. So it's not only betting. Ka sports.
Yeah.
Guru you can bet with. Customer say
about anything.
Go bet. I like calling this. Go I got to be Mahama ties keep pay let's bet. So can you bet with so for the pizza, let's run the pizza. Balabadi pizza, totalize it. Can a bookmaker, Kebeti. How on Alma Belocomotoka, we can do it better Locomotoka. But bet our nuggets at the kiss my dust, the pizza tensity. Go to the industry, any pizza thing. So what we need to do, what now we need to do, because they have to register as a sport with Botswana Sports Commission.
Yes.
I was registered as a sport. We also need agriculture.
Yes.
We need veterinarians. Cool the pizza thing. I let's wanna breed. So the horse racing industry is huge. The horse racing.
Yeah, it practically says to me that where there is competition, there is an opportunity for content, to capture content, for content producers, opportunity for news, opportunity for food, you know, and all the likes, transportation.
The hospital, the transport, like you are saying.
Yes.
Got a value chain, is big.
Yes.
When we Durban July, or not gonna raise the Mokabo. Now I believe we should also have our own Durban's July. One of the things that I'm looking into is to total lobby government. Horse race circuit. So the standards about Dubai. It's about standards about the Durban July.
So that
what we have is just bush racing. But I have to invite you to some of these things. About these things.
Yes.
But one of us by Tiki. So what we are saying, let's facilitate them. So by March 2025, let's liberate the strategy. With the strategy, we have to take it to government. gore se lebelebe se sekasekiwe. The other thing that I want to do, I want us to do some sort of a Sun City. Some sort of a Las Vegas. You've been to Las Vegas, right?
No, I haven't been to Las Vegas. I wouldn't be back.
Yeah, you see, these are some of the things that I'm looking into. I was reading the other day on LinkedIn, in both Saudi Arabia, Dubai, gambling is haram. But you know how smart they are? They build some island.
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Then
there's some island, they go China, go gamble and thing. Go Macau. Yes, and Kanako Las Vegas, the 4 hotels still ordinary capacity of 5,000. Go to get the Venetian, get the Trumps, Trump. Everyone else is just Palace.
Yeah.
Everyone else the wins. Why hotels go for things? We did this 4. They'll be investing, I think, close to 8 billion in that island, just outside Dubai. You get my point. So these are some of the things that I'm looking into, some of the things that are in the future. Create entertainment and employment.
Yes. How much market value are we looking at, or the potential that we are here to unlock?
I'll tell you, with the lotto running and all this betting, I'm looking at around 3 billion.
Around 3 billion.
I'm looking about 3 billion. Yes. Yeah, 3 billion in terms of pool.
Okay.
I'm just modest with that one. Mauritius, but Lotto Mauritius, it generates 300 million USD. That's like 3 billion pula. Or I'll talk about Mauritius.
Yes.
And they're quite good modi pizza level. Yeah, you get my point. So do
we see a lot of sports betting in terms, I think the prominent sports that we have right now, football, athletics, I think netball, and they are there. Do we see any activity there? What's happening?
Yes. Like where we are.
Yes.
Go to the online betting is
yes.
I would say it's illegal now.
Yes.
But as online Botswana, we are issuing all those licenses. There are body investigation, body evaluation.
Okay.
So the 26 bet Lawrence win. So don't forget, I got to level Premier League or whatever. No one sponsor these teams. Can never talk about sponsors on the leagues of netball. Wow. When I look at South Africa, Kosafa is some the Hollywood bets. Kosafa.
Yes.
Don't forget they are going to sponsor. That is is going to assist sports. Stipulate in our RFA. In a document in for a certain percentage. This percentage should go to all these things to sports. But sponsor when sports. So go to this sporting code. They should be very, very happy once this thing did. I go more outside netball, more outside youth football, more outside.
Yes.
So we have stipulated it, yeah.
So does it mean right now what's currently prevailing on the ground?
No. That one is not licensed. That's why when I get tabule team, I'm by end of July. Really facilitate.
So we are moving towards that.
Yes, we're moving towards that.
Because on Betway, I know I will cap on the whole over teams.
Yeah.
And it will also make economic sense or participatory sense for us when our teams is coming up for the big games that are coming.
You get my point, yeah.
We all have our money on him.
Yeah.
So So are you saying by end of this financial year, like 31st March 2025? Oh, okay.
Don't forget us now with this betting. They make money on online. They make money on online. There's some Facebook page like the bet Corona the expert inbox bet. That's just innovation about
Hanker how man level malmaho hoto a gamble. Gamble.
But all of them are chief gambler.
Chief gambler.
Yes, chief gambler.
Yes. No, man. I know there could be a lot that we can talk about the whole day, really. Was just to understand exactly mandate to alona,
yes.
and what's your actual contribution into our society, and what are the challenges you are facing, stigma. But I don't know, what else that I may have left out, so that our audience can interact with.
Yes, I may have touched on this one, but they missed this betting license, or all is not lost.
Yeah.
Back on the chance out of the decides. For the limited payout machines, back on the chance out there decides. The agreements that they'll be having, they'll be standard. Route. These are some of the license conditions. We have recently introduced SMS competitions. They can do those ones. Night competitions at gambling authority. Lady game, if they want to be part of the industry, they come to us so that we can use our MOU with innovation, especially about technology. This week we are signing an MOU with the University of Botswana.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that you offered to fund 4 masters and
6 masters and 4 PhD.
Yes,
you know why we are doing that? We want this. The experience and masters or our information. So you can imagine a lot of 6 masters and they were focusing on gambling. 4 but doctorate. So at least there'll be a lot of journalists. Information.
Yeah.
So we need to publicize more. Hey, I can't gambling authority so that's one of the initiatives thought. Page about 2029.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's something to show that as a leader I'm visionary. Correctly balance into the future. There's some of these things that I put on gambling authority at least when
no, that's great, man. I appreciate Peter Imolemo, the CEO of Gambling Authority. I do believe that Larasona implement some of the things and the promises he has laid here. For me to continue engaging on your behalf. Unpacking issues that make your life better. It's the Punchline podcast. Lawrence Seretse, I'm out.